What is up, sister fuckers? We are vaxxed, waxed, and ready to get axed, and not a single word of that statement was actually true. So this is the first full week of training since coming back from the American Pro, but I lost my phone at the American Pro, and if you watch the American Pro, you'll know who I'm talking about. The hottest chick at the American Pro, she had clown makeup on, awakened things in me that I didn't know were there, and now my Instagram algorithm has caught on. So best believe all the reels that are getting pushed to me are of crazy clown girls doing dances, and I'm here for it. But I lost my phone at the American Pro because, you throw all your shit down in the corner, everyone's shit gets mixed up, and you're like, nah, what's the worst that can happen? But my phone fell out of my fanny pack right before bench, ended up in her bag, and then she ended up mailing me my shit back. So we finally got off of the potato phone, the backup phone. I would not have been able to navigate home without some sort of assistance had we not have a backup phone in our car. So this is the first full week. This is the 5th training session of this week. And this is the same training session that we performed last week that I ended up puking on halfway through. But I mean, I puked because I caught a cold and I bit the bullet and tried to train anyways. Because, when you train and you're sick, you're going to feel better. And the day might suck, but, you'll at least get that, internal win of having trained despite not wanting to train. It's like you don't want to do something good, but you do something good anyways, and you just get that dopamine drip, and you don't have to mine for dopamine much longer. But we pushed a little too hard last week. Well, we didn't push too hard. So this is a cardio day. Now, I am a fat as fuck powerlifter, 337 this morning, so I'm down 15 pounds since competing in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Shit, I lost track of what week it is, how many weeks ago I competed, but it feels like it was fucking forever ago. November 17th, October 29th. Fuck, I don't know. But we're doing a cardio day, and you motherfuckers are coming along with me for this bullshit so that you can live vicariously through me, suffer vicariously through me, because there will be no fun being had today. There will be no fun. It is assault bike sprints. Now, those suck, so I'm going to refer to them from now on as non-consent bike sprints, because I do not consent to getting fucked that hard by a single bicycle, and it is assaulting me. Which is probably why it's called an assault bike, but meh. And then we have a superset, a three exercise superset. It is air squats for a set of 30. We've got push-ups for a set of 20 and band-assisted pull-ups for sets of 10. And then there's timed rest periods. I don't have the program pulled up on my phone right now, so I don't exactly know what the timed rest period is, but I know it's a bullshit amount of time for the amount of shit that I'm doing. And then we do that 6 times. 6 fucking times of 30, 20, 60 reps with maybe 60 seconds rest, maybe 90 seconds if Joe decided to use at least a little bit of lube when he wanted to fuck me today. But we got that. And then we have what the fuck do we have? Shit. So last week I puked halfway through it, and then I was like, and Joe was like, you probably shouldn't be training today. But I ended up still doing a little bit. I think it's dumbbell side raises or some shit, supersetted with 2 other things. I think it's chest supported incline row, dumbbell side raises, and autoerotic asphyxiation or some shit like that. Oh, I should not have gone on that. That was no bueno. But no, there were ambulances. I didn't see them because I'm blind. I need glasses real bad. But I ended up sandbagging last week because like after you puke and you take like 20 minutes just to be like, this fucking sucks. And then you just like spit on it again and stick it back in. But that's what we got today. We got the non-consent bike sprints, the I'd rather die than do this superset for 6 sets, and then the shit that I sandbagged last week. But first, before we get to the gym, because I just got out of work, we have to go and make sure that my son, my child, Buddy the pup, is all set and not angry. Because if he doesn't see me often enough, he gets very grumpy. And he might be grumpy with me because I haven't seen him in a couple days because life things are going on. So, yeah. Also, I don't take pre-workout because pre-workout is for pussies. And I actually enjoy sleeping. So, if you suck at sleeping, that's my thumb. And you take pre-workout, stop. The only pre-workouts that I take are non-stim, the pump pre-workout. I've got one called Silverback, which is lysine, glycine, taurine, BCAA 211, and a couple other things, but that's not an oral one. But I do take, sometimes I take Ghost pre-workout. Now, Ghost is kind of bullshit because like they've got such fucking good marketing. Their shit looks like it looks like it is a fun time to consume their shit. But their shit is shit. Like it's not that good. Like if you break down the like what's actually in it, like probably the best pre-workout on the market. Well, the best pre-workout on the market is Reach by far. But that tastes like butthole. Which, I mean, it's 2023, so they know their market. But other than that, it would probably be Total War by Redcon 1, which also tastes like butthole because they also put Himalayan pink salt in that bad boy. So, I mean, I've actually been in talks with Richie from Reach for things not related to Reach at all. And that is some exciting things that will be announced likely around the new year. They don't have a gag order on any of the people included in the conversation. And they also know how extremely unhinged every single one of us are in said conversation. They haven't told us not to say anything. So, like, the only people that I've been like, hey, this is coming up, it's going to be cool shit, has been random girls in the DMs because that's how we roll. Just kidding. No one's in my DMs. I'm just trying to sound cool for the camera so that you guys actually think I'm cool and that I'm some sort of influencer or important person that you should listen to and follow along with my fitness journey because I've got a lot of very important things to say. And I've 100% tried to steal Sam Solik's formula for making videos, except this intro is getting a little bit long. We're almost at 10 minutes. So, enough of the verbal vomit. We are going to go say hi to Buddy the pup. And then we are going to go and hate ourselves because that's how we roll. Is that a handsome little man I see? Is that a handsome little buddy? So, oh, that's my bagel bite. That's my bagel bite. Yeah, bagel bite, bagel bite. All right, so I missed a meal today because I got depressed at work and just didn't want to go eat. I don't know how this mic placement is gonna work because like if I put it under, I got the beard blocking, but otherwise not much. But I got 2 of these Lenny and Larry's cookies, so I don't miss too many calories. You know, you want to get small. I'm already down to 337, and like the warning lights, the alarms go off at 335. So we're getting real close to being concerned about how small I'm getting. But I'm gonna eat these 2 cookies, and then we're gonna do our training foreplay because I have other things that I need to eat, including a protein shake and 2 Rice Krispies before we're even ready to start going. So pre-workout foreplay basically boils down to the last meal that I had scheduled for consumption before I start training, and that is a fuck. Let's see what kind of tomfoolery. I'm trying to prop you up on some Rice Krispie treats, so bear with me for a sec. There we go. We got protein shake made with Fairlife skim milk. I'm supposed to make it with water, but let's be honest, skim milk is just water lying about being milk. But I made this at 4 p.m. It is 6:09 p.m., so it's just been sitting around for 2 hours, and the fermentation going on in your protein when you be an asshole for that long means that you get extra gains out of it, because not only are you using it to repair and fuel your workout, but your immune system is also fighting whatever microbacteria, microplastics, and little critters are living in your protein shake. And for all you little boys out there who struggle to eat, the problem isn't that you struggle to eat. The problem is that you don't know how to open up your throat properly. To open up your throat properly, you got to learn how to chug massive amounts of protein. You got mass gainers. So you got regular protein shakes, 50 grams of protein, plus whatever the fuck is in Fairlife skim milk. But when you get the chunks out, I've been struggling a little bit because I need a second root canal. I had a root canal earlier this year, and then I need a second one because, of course I do, but American health system, I'm not able to get 2 root canals in the same year, so I got one of them exposed nerves. So I'm extremely sensitive to hot and cold right now, and literally anything going into that tooth. But boys, this is how you open up your throat. But that's not the important part of the foreplay. I've programmed 95 grams of carbs specifically pre-workout for some sort of insulin sensitivity, or no, not insulin sensitivity, but like to abuse the insulin reaction that your body goes through before and after you eat carbs, food. So we focus all of our carbs before, during, and after training. So I also have, I'm supposed to do 50 grams of Carbolin, but I don't trust the water here because Manchester, New Hampshire is sketchy as fuck. So instead of using Carbolin, I went to local Rite Aid and I got a root beer, which has 58 grams of carbs, all sugar. So it's like, I mean, sucrose is a carb, might not be the same as the carb that's in Carbolin, but semantics can suck my dick. So we're gonna eat these bad boys. Normally I walk on the treadmill inside, but so we're a powerlifting gym. Obviously, we only have one treadmill because, of course, that's how it works out. And whenever it gets used by someone who's actually training for something cool like MMA or something, that means that they're on the treadmill for like an hour. We need more than one treadmill. Like, yeah, we're a powerlifting gym, but like, new age powerlifting's coming. Need more cardio. But I'm gonna walk around this sketchy parking lot, and I'm gonna eat these to get my steps in, get the blood flowing a bit before we start actually training. I opted to go onto a stationary bike because it's easy and it was open. I attached my Fitbit to my crock. It's not cheating on getting my steps. I'm still doing cardio. It's fair game. I'm gonna go eat my Rice Krispie treats while I do this shit. It's cardio. 9:20.
I get so aggravated when I get.
At RPS.
I know it's.
What's the space got called for it? Cohen.
Owen?
Cohen. Last name Cohen.
Hmm.
Older guy. The early 40s now.
I'm puking today. I feel like I'm drowning. This is intentional, self-induced hypoxia. Might as well be waterboarding. Wouldn't recommend, but would recommend. It's awful. I'm not going to kill my phone. So once this 1 minute moderate is done, I'm going to shut you guys off so I can finish the other 7 sets. So I'll meet you guys back then. Did I die? No. Did it suck the whole time? I mean, get used to it. My gym's moving soon, so I'm gonna see. Whoa, it's dark. Apparently, the new spot that the gym's supposed to be in, around this corner somewhere. I'm in Crackhead Central right now, but looking at it, my heart rate kept going from 140 to 100, so it's not too bad. Ooh. Oh. I've never been mic'd up before while doing actual shit, so y'all are gonna experience a whole lot of me complaining, especially because this thing fucking sucks. Like, I can't even find my feet unless I've got like 1,000 pounds on my back. Shit sucks. Oh, that sucks. Nope. The part. Oh, heel's still coming up. Come on. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to accept it. Right heel is gonna come up. That's 5, right? 25 left. Now we're in the groove. Getting on my toes a little bit. Superset. 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 That is set 1 of 6. Oh, I'm definitely puking today. Good luck, me. All right, so 5 sets went really well until I started getting dizzy because I started overheating and my heart rate wouldn't drop below 140 for way too long, which is pretty much what we're going for. We're looking for that limit as to how far we can push the internal systems before they start to give out, and then train just the tip around there. Because on meet day, we're going in raw. We're biting the pillow, not just the tip anymore. So finished off the 6th set after way too long of a rest period. I lost the shirt because I was overheating. I'm finding that when I start to feel the urge to take my shirt off, it's usually because I'm overheating. And I got the Fitbit going on right now. And that's a helpful tool that I've discovered for tracking everything, especially the things to go with the heart, the resting heart rate, the heart rate that's going on while training, and seeing how manipulating that and doing concentrated breathing affects the heart rate. Because it's kind of weird, because a lot of the stuff that Joe has me doing is manipulating the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. And I'm not too experty on the difference between the two. I know that one is associated with taking breaths in, and when you breathe in, that sparks your heart rate. So one of those nervous systems, when you breathe in, your heart rate increases. When you exhale and you have no air in your system, your heart rate decreases. So a lot of the meditative breathings focuses on having manipulating those sympathetic nervous systems to reduce your heart rate. So you can do meditative breathing, 90-90 breathing, square breathing techniques, and it's going to focus on keeping air out of your lungs because it wants to slow your heart rate down. So if you're able to get your heart rate up to 160, 140 through grueling stuff, I'm struggling to get it past 140. Struggling to get it past 140. But the concentrated breathing, the meditative breathing that I'm doing is making sure that it doesn't really go past that threshold. And I want to be able to manipulate where that threshold is a little bit better so that I can perform better on the platform and control the heart rate a little better. So this training session is working the hypoxic response of the body. When you it's the nasal breathing forces you to manipulate how fast you're breathing, because if you breathe through your mouth, you're able to hyperventilate and you're able to get more oxygen. You're able to take breaths faster, meaning that you can increase your heart rate faster, which is why a lot of people are talking about doing like tape on the mouth tape on the mouth when they're breathing, so that they have to breathe through their nose, which is going to reduce their breathing rate, which is going to reduce their heart rate while they're sleeping. I don't know how this correlates to those elevation masks, where it's basically like breathing through a straw, but we're basically manipulating how many breaths that we're physically capable of taking by doing nasal breathing, which means that we have a maximum amount of time that we are increasing the heart rate, but it's almost evened out by the exhale being almost like 50-50 distributed between the two types of breathing. So we had that hypoxia training. We took our nectar, which I did not show you because squeamish people probably report this video if they saw how to take nectar properly. Even though it's completely legal, it's a non-androgenic, it's not a PED, and if you take it, you can still remain as a natural lifter if you take the nectar. Nectar and glutathione are probably the best two supplements in that realm of injectable supplements that aren't androgenic, aren't PEDs, aren't in the world of steroids, basically. But we're doing that hypoxic manipulation. We're doing the heart rate manipulation, and now we're actually going to go and do some blood flow manipulation. Get a good pump in the shoulders and back. So it's neutral grip lat pull down into chest supported low rows into dumbbell side raises. So it's basically just it's 5 sets of 20 in a superset, all 3 of those back to back to back. So we're basically just going for a pump at this point. I'm going to go put on my backup shirt because your mom might think I'm sexy, but let's be honest, y'all don't want to see a 337-pound man jumping around doing lots of shit shirtless. And besides, I have texture issues. I have clinical OCD, which means that like some things I have to do certain ways, and I cannot do anything where I'm laying down having any sort of my back or my chest touching anything, because that just wigs me out. It messes with me, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right, so Kumasabis. Last week, I puked during the heart rate manipulation part of this training day. So I sandbagged this wicked fucking hard. So I don't really have weights to go off of from the program last week, but we got the neutral grip lat pull down set up. We got the chest supported rows set up, and you're gonna grab dumbbells off the rack for the side raises. But we do something a little weird when it comes to doing the reps when it comes to accessories, because you want to control the weight to increase the hypertrophic response that your system has when you're doing accessory work, so that you can get bigger, you can get stronger, more efficiently, more optimized. So I used to lift as heavy as possible with as much body English as was necessary to do an accessory, but now coach implemented a tempo to everything. So an 013 tempo, where we contract as fast as possible, we hold it for a moment, and then we let it back slowly. And it fucking sucks, but it fucking works. So we have the weight set a bit lower than one would expect for a 600-pound bencher, or for someone like me, someone fat. So we got 70 pounds on the lat pull down, and we're guesstimating what we need today, because we sandbagged last week. I think we used 50s last week, but I know on the chest supported row we also used 50s, but it was good enough. It wasn't sandbaggy. But you're going to be a little confused because I'm going to use 15s for the side raises, because it's a small muscle group we're targeting, and we want to get as much stimulus as possible doing it. So as the great prophet of our time once said, ain't nothing to it but to do it. And it's a 5 by 20 by 20 by 20. One of the other side effects of doing a tempo like this is we're able to focus on the form a little bit better, get the correct muscles working, because we're focusing more on moving the weight correctly rather than just moving the weight. So we're able to contract the scapula the way that we're going to end up doing, contracting the scapula when it comes to doing regular deadlifts. See, I'm trying to get a stretch at the bottom. I'm trying to get the scapulas pinched at the top. The stronger we are and more ranges of motion, the better. All right, so we didn't end up getting a super thick and juicy pump. I have a couple clients who are competing in a couple weeks, and they were pulling their 100% deadlifts today. And one of my clients got right to lockout with a 6-pound PR and ended up missing it, though the bar was still moving twice. But so I got timed rest periods, right? And some of my homies who are better coaches than I am, and in similar echelons when it comes to performance in the sport of powerlifting, they're like, I've got timed rest periods, so I was supposed to do 60-second rest periods, but in between these rest periods, people would come over to me, my clients and people associated, or like watching, and just talk. And the homies are like, you need to focus more on your training. Ignore whatever questions they have. You need to focus on your training more than their training. So if they have any questions, even if you're in the gym while they're lifting, have them send you videos on it. Because, I mean, on one hand, when you're watching something in person, you get 3 dimensions. But when you get a video, you can rewind and replay the same video over and over again. So you can get more, you're able to go through a checklist of things that you are watching the lifter go through. So like on a deadlift, you want to look at their feet, you want to look at their starting position, you want to look at their lats, their head, their core, and see how everything is going throughout the lift. And you can pretty much pinpoint every single flaw if you have a video. But if you're watching it in person, you're like, it's almost like the first thing you look for is a disqualification for a lift. So you don't have as much ability to review a lift if you see it in person versus watching a video, which is why I record all of my working sets when I'm training and just getting ready for meets and in my training, because what you guys don't see is after I record a video, I'll grab my phone and I will watch the video and be like, all right, how did this felt like this, here's what I thought went on. I'll watch the video to confirm what I was feeling, and then I would proceed from there. So the homies were like, ignore their questions. But like, I feel like a dick if I do that, you know? Like they have questions and I should be available to them. They pay me to be available to them. But also when I am training, I need to focus more on what I'm doing while I'm training. I need to focus, like I had 60-second rest for the pump side, the lat pull down, the chest supported rows and the side raises. But even in between each of the 5 sets, I ended up taking like 5 or 6 seconds worth of rest because questions were being asked, and I didn't want to be an ass and just not answer those questions. So it's a hard balance. It's a hard balance. But when I was a kid, I thought that having a light on while you're driving at night was illegal. So I'll see you guys back at home when I prep my final meal. I forgot my mic in the car. We got pancakes. We got decaf coffee. And we have sugar-free syrup. Sugar-free syrup. If you've forgotten what good syrup tastes like, it's phenomenal. But if you know what actual syrup tastes like, it tastes like water. But I've been on this diet for so long that I've forgotten what real syrup tastes like. So this is my favorite meal of the day. Pretty much the sugar-free maple syrup does, for me personally, is it adds moisture to the pancakes. Because, I mean, let's be honest, pancakes are pretty dry, like my humor. And I got the decaf coffee. Just because I really like chocolate milk, because I am an overgrown child. So, decaf coffee with some creamer. I think it's called caramel macchiato creamer. No caffeine in it, so I can still go sleepies, because it's way past my bedtime, and I still have to eat this. Otherwise, I'll have a very strong, very angry black lady on my ass. So I'm going to eat this meal while listening to an audiobook, because audiobooks are fantastic, and if you're not listening to audiobooks all the fucking time, you're missing out on a lot of fun stories. I'm listening to book 2 of the Iron Prince series right now, Stormforged, of Fire and Song. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I gotta eat this so I can get to bed. And I feel like the editing for this video should take like 10 minutes, allegedly. So if you guys see this at like a midnight, then just know that
this is as raw footage as I can get. The only filtering is of myself. So, please be gentle. Don't cancel me. Patty out. Tell your mom I said hi.